But for me personally, the Inside the Rain image was a metaphor for bipolar depression because, you know, you can be depressed.
Thank you so much for your time. I really liked the movie. I thought that it was funny, enjoyable. And what was the inspiration for the script?
It's a good question. I knew that I had to tell a story. I didn't know what the story was, but I knew I had to tell it. It felt like if I don't tell this story to people, I'm gonna die. It really felt like a life or death situation. It was that intense. And also I was feeling like Benjamin Braddock in The Graduate, which is a film I love. And yeah, I started writing and it just became more and more loosely autobiographical over the 3.5 to 4 years of writing the script.
Wow. And this is your first feature. You did some shorts, right? And how was like for you to do like the difference between doing a short movie and this feature movie now?
It was basically the same thing, just more of it. Because, you know, my brother is the cinematographer of the film, and my brother and I have done a number of student short films where I was the writer, director, star, and editor. So with this feature film, it was the same thing, except much more of it.
Yeah. And how was it for you, like to you have all these roles, like you wrote the movie, you directed, you produced, you acting as well. And what was like, was it overwhelming? Because I'm already like, whoa.
In the moment, it didn't feel overwhelming. I don't know if, like, when you say overwhelming, I don't know. I will tell you this, though, that over the 6 weeks of filming it, I literally lost 17 pounds.
Wow.
So I was working so hard that I guess I wasn't even eating. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I found myself 17 pounds lighter. And if you look at the very opening of the film, when you first see me, that's like I'm you know, that was one of the first few days of shooting, and you see I'm not fat, but you know, you just see more weight. And then if you look at the last 2 scenes of the movie, which we happened to shoot last, I'm much skinnier. Like if you did like a comparison, you would see that I lost like a lot of weight. And so that basically that's what happened when you're worked to death.
How many days did you guys did you shoot?
It was either 23 or 24 days. I forget, something like that.
Yeah, it was a very quick shoot.
Yeah, and we had something like 50 something locations or something. So like it was hard because we had a limited budget, and that meant limited time on each set we were at. You know, sometimes you have like you can only shoot like 1 or 2 takes, then do the next camera setup, because otherwise we were gonna lose the location altogether, and we didn't have the money to do any reshoots. You know.
Now let's talk about the cast. Like
yes,
it's wonderful. Like you got Eric, Rosie Perez, which I love her, and Ellen. She's just she's pretty on screen. How did you cast them? You had them in mind before, or that's everything was before afterwards?
Rosie Perez, she was like a dream. So you know, with the casting directors, we were talking about it, and I was like, Rosie Perez is great. And they're like, yeah, we should go to her. And I said, wait, because right now the psychiatrist role in the script is not that important enough to attract a star. So then I went back to the script for like 3 months. I was revising the script to make her character much more important to the story. And I was lucky because I think it actually improved the script a lot. Then we went to Rosie Perez. When I heard she loved the script and she wanted to talk to me, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. And then when I was on the phone with her for the first time, I was very nervous. I was like practically shaking. I was so nervous. And I was very starstruck, even though it was just over the phone. And Eric Roberts, we thought would be really funny as Monty Pennington in the movie, and I think he really got the humor very well, because we auditioned a lot of people for Montgomery Pennington, and they didn't really get the humor that way, in which but Eric Roberts is a pro, and he's amazing, and he's a living legend, and he like milked it for all the comedy, and it was better than what I could have even imagined. Ellen Tolan, we did auditions for a month and a half at Simple Studios in New York City, 3 days a week. We had over 5,000 submissions for the role of Emma Taylor. We went through that, and my casting director, sent in her favorite people to audition for us. And we went down, and then we did callbacks, and I decided on Ellen Toland. I just thought she was really great for the part, and she also felt very like when she read for us, it felt authentic, like she really was like empathizing with this, this character that she was potentially gonna play,
Yeah.
That she was already getting in the zone like that, and I liked that. There was a lot of other very talented actresses who auditioned, and I would definitely want to audition them in the future for other things, but they didn't. They looked, when they read for me, it felt like a New York City actress trying to play someone who is a sex worker. So it wasn't quite there, but with Ellen Tolan, she did an amazing job with her performance and rehearsals.
And also the topic of the movie is very important. I spoke to Eric, and then that's why he wants to do the movie because of the mental issues and all the treatments and everything. What was the message that you want people to take away from the movie?
The main message I'd love for people to take away from the movie is that I want them to all be able to interpret the film for themselves, because I think all art is open to interpretation. But for me personally, the Inside the Rain image was a metaphor for bipolar depression, because you can be depressed, like you could be in the rain and you're soaked and it could be miserable, or you could be soaked in the rain and you're really happy. So within the same circumstances, someone could be really happy or really depressed. And I felt like that was a good metaphor for bipolar depression, because for normal people, mostly when they get depression, it has to do with things that are going on in their lives that have to be worked out. With bipolar depression, it's more likely to be just a result of literally like a chemical imbalance in the brain that's getting them depressed, and they don't know why they're depressed, but they're depressed, and they're if you ask them why are they depressed, they'll say everything, like everything is bad. But taking medications and talk therapy has allowed me to make this movie. I wouldn't have been able to do it, write the script and do everything.
I know, it's very important. Thank you so much to bring this to the big screen. It's an important topic to everybody to talk about. It's not just, not just to the people that suffer, but everybody else around. I think is very important. Thank you so much.
And yes, and also I just want to add, the theaters all closed down. We were doing a national theatrical release, which I was very excited about. And then I was like bummed out. I was like, oh man, we're gonna, we can't do theaters now. But I'm very excited now, because we decided very recently to release the film digitally, to get it to many households around the country, and we're doing we're releasing digitally, and it might come out as soon as within like a few days from now, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, us too. And this is gonna go to the Brazilian community that lives here, and I'm gonna tell them.
Oh, great!
Watch it.
I want to meet the Brazilian community.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm the Jew in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.